Grapple chat. It is time for that. Let's do it. What is up, everybody? I am here. I am live at Money in the Bank itself. As you guys can see, the crowd is just awestruck. Okay, that's why they're not moving. They're frozen with awe after the 2 days of wrestling they just got. They just had NXT TakeOver Chicago, which put them in almost a state of just cryogenic freezing, and then this pushed them over the edge. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't ask them. Okay, I didn't ask them why they're frozen, but all I know is they're frozen. I'm here live at Money in the Bank. Okay, guys, don't question it. Just trust me. All right, just trust me. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Money in the Bank Grapple Chat edition. All right, the review, recap, revisiting, replenishing your knowledge on what the heck happened at this pay-per-view. Man, I must say, I do think some of these athletes watched NXT TakeOver. I think they saw TakeOver Chicago. I think they knew what they were up against this weekend, and they tried to even the playing field a little bit. I'm not going to tell you if they succeeded or not, but I'm going to tell you eventually. But I gotta let you know, okay? I gotta let you know. Great view, isn't it? I mean, normally this would be a bad ticket for some people, but me, it's kind of out of the way, and I'm not so close to the ring, and it's not so loud up here. I can hear myself think, so it's important. Welcome, everybody. I'm filming this live. If you're watching this after the fact, you can always count on it, almost always, that 15 minutes after Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TakeOver, pay-per-view events, 15 minutes after these, I will be live for Grapple Chat. So if this Monday night you're watching Monday Night Raw, or if you're watching SmackDown, or whenever you see this review, just know if WWE is live, I'm probably going to be live about 15 minutes after that show to give you guys my rundown of what I thought of it, and you'll be able to stop by and give us your rundown of what you thought of it. That's a live chat going on right now. So thank you guys so much for joining me, everybody in the live chat. Katana just became the legit boss in the bank. So thank you for that. That's why his name is on the screen right there. His or her, I never asked. But let's get right into this, guys. I always start with the pre-show, with the kickoff matches. I know there's a lot of reviewers who don't talk about it, but honestly, who cares? If they would have started the pay-per-view 20 minutes earlier, would you then talk about it? I mean, it's still a part of the pay-per-view. They still put it on the card, and this was a bigger, how can I say it? It was just a bigger piece of actual storyline here than what you would normally get from a kickoff match. So I hope that people will start talking about these more, but if not, you can always count on me for it. We start off the pay-per-view with Gallows and Anderson, the club, the Good Brothers, the league. I think it said like Big League on Gallows' shirt. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're going by now. They have like 40 nicknames. But anyway, it's the club versus the Bludgeon Brothers in a match that honestly got the crowd hype. I mean, this crowd was going to be hyped no matter what, but this match was it was a good piece of tag team wrestling, man. We've had two really good tag team matches back to back in the last 2 days. First, we had Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus the Undisputed Era, and now we have the club versus the versus the Bludgeon Brothers. It's not, they're not on equal playing field at all, but I'm just saying this match was It was a breath of fresh air for kickoff show type matches, because normally you can tell that they're not really putting too much into it. What's this? SkullCrusherPrincess bringing the stutter, bringing the bits. Thank you so much. Dropping a few bits in the cup. I see you, SkullCrusherPrincess. Thank you very much. So just an okay match. It was better than expected. It was better than I thought they were gonna. They put more time into it, and eventually the Bludgeon Brothers came out of this ahead. But man, did the club really make a case for themselves in this? Yes. Did the Bludgeon Brothers look a little less impressive and a little less dominant than they've been looking in recent history? Yes, for sure. It's like the club bumped themselves up and the Bludgeon Brothers bumped themselves down in impressive status, but which put them on an equal playing field. But in the end, Bludgeon Brothers came out with the win, so they retained the tag team championships of SmackDown in a match. Like I said, it was better than to be expected for a kickoff match. Then we get into the main fight card, and they start off with Daniel Bryan. They actually bring Daniel Bryan out, I guess, to get the crowd hype, get them into it. What is this? What am I hearing over here? What is this? Neptune? Oh my goodness. Neptune joins the Patreon. Thank you so much. Yo, Neptune doing the dang thing. Jackhammering Brock Lesnar. Dude, what? A Brock Lesnar sighting, guys? What is this? Dude, I feel like I should call somebody or something. We saw Brock Lesnar on a WWE related something. Yeah, don't put all capitals, man. You're getting timed out every single time you do it. You got to learn. You got to let go of those caps, man. Start typing in just average, lowercase letters, please, man. Or your message is just gonna keep getting deleted, and eventually it's just gonna straight up ban you. I don't want you to get banned, man. So read what the bot is telling you. Stop the caps, man. All right. So anyway, sorry. Sometimes I gotta babysit my chat because people aren't reading or listening to the rules. It's not that hard. It's really not. So Daniel Bryan comes out. He's yes chanting everybody. It's hype as heck. All of Chicago is on their feet for Daniel Bryan. Then Big Cass comes out, and it's the exact opposite. Just he's slinking his way to the ring with his smug smile. And this match gets started, and it's an okay match. I didn't see anything too outlandish. I really did gain a little bit more respect for Big Cass's ability to move around the ring, and also he's toning up his body. It looks like he's not letting that flab hang out so much. He's not letting it. He was looking kind of. It's kind of like he let go his midsection a little bit, kind of like the Baron Corbin situation there. But I really must give him respect for not only wrestling a pretty good match against Daniel Bryan, working pretty well with Daniel Bryan, but also tightening up his physique a little bit and making it look like he's a big, impressive superstar. This match went a little longer than I thought it should have if it was going to be the outcome that they put in front of us, because in the end Daniel Bryan, throughout the whole match he was just working the knee. He was working the knees of Big Cass, which is a smart thing to do, but based off of what Daniel Bryan was saying before this match and all the promos he was cutting, he was just saying that he was a better wrestler all around. He was just a better superstar than Big Cass, being kind of cocky with it, So I expected to see Daniel Bryan really pulling out the stops and doing a few things that would really show that he's just better. And sometimes he was doing some Hurricane Rana takedowns into arm bars and stuff, but I wanted to see him countering Big Cass's offense, man. I wanted to see more counters. Like Big Cass goes for a big boot, but Daniel Bryan is right there to catch it and turn it into the heel hook. Big Cass goes for a sidewalk slam, but then Daniel Bryan turns that into an armbar. Like I wanted to see him countering if he was going to win this match. If Daniel Bryan was going to win this match, and based off of everything he was saying, I wanted to see more counters, more of him showing that he's just leaps and bounds better at wrestling than Big Cass, instead of the same old match that they've been doing, where Cass gets his shots in, and then Daniel Bryan hulks out on him and runs over in the corner and keeps kicking him in the head and stuff like that, and yes kicks and like the rudimentary, the subscribed match. It's like Daniel Bryan is a subscription to USA Today or something, and it shows up on your porch every morning, and you know exactly what to expect. Like, that's what I saw from this match, and I really wanted Daniel Bryan to show to back it up what he's been talking, because as equally as Big Cass has been talking, Daniel Bryan has been on the other side of things, saying, "Man, you're not a good wrestler. You're not good like me. I'm so talented, and I'm so far ahead of you when it comes to wrestling." So, I mean, Big Cass was talking, but so was Daniel Bryan, and I don't think Daniel Bryan really lived up to what he was talking. Big Cass didn't either, but this whole match kind of fell into that category of just, yeah, let's get it, let's get it. Okay, good, thanks for the match. Overall, just an okay match, nothing to really write home about. But Daniel Bryan wins. He picks up the win with the submission again. Taps out Big Cass again, dude. I don't understand what they're doing here. I don't know where Big Cass goes from here, but I just hope it's away from Daniel Bryan, because I'm done with this feud for sure. Get it over with. Next, in another match that in another feud that I'm kind of hoping that they're done with, Bobby Lashley takes on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn comes out. He's twitchy as ever. He's falling on the ramp. He comes out for his entrance, and he just falls on the ramp and just lays there. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He's really playing up his weird, outlandish heel style. I like it, but it's like, what's going on here? Then Bobby Lashley comes out to just indifference from the crowd, of course. The crowd was hyped for Sammy, but indifference for Bobby Lashley. Um, he looked serious, though. He looked really serious. I liked his ring gear, too. He was having some problem with his ring gear. He had to keep, like, adjusting his tights throughout the entire match. I just noticed that. Like, I don't know. I wish these people would, like, wrestle in this stuff a bit and not have to be, like, tightening their gear all day. It's like in WWE 2K18, or like, have you ever played 2K18 or like seen a CPU match, or you fought against the CPU and they'll like stand there for a second and they'll like they'll like adjust their tights, and it gives the other person an opening for them to get attacked. Like, the last thing you should have to worry about in a match where you're fighting against a world class athlete is your gear, you know? Like, that should be, you chose the gear. It should be the one thing that you can really just be like, okay, this is good. This is good. You should be like, this is good. Bobby Lashley smashes Sami Zayn. This match lasted longer than I thought it should have. I think this should have been just a maybe 3-minute match. I don't know what they were doing. Sami Zayn did not look impressive in this match. He got in a few licks here and there. He kept the match somewhat interesting, I guess. But Bobby Lashley was just the star of this match. He hit him with, I think, 3 vertical suplexes where he just held him there. Just an impressive show of strength from Bobby Lashley. He hit him with great fall-away slam where he just tossed Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn was just in the wind for a while before he hit the mat. The 3 vertical suplexes, the last vertical suplex, he actually just let his hand go, and he was just talking to the crowd. He was holding Sami Zayn in a vertical position with one arm, and then leans him back, smashes him to the mat, and then pins him with one hand. Bobby Lashley gets the pin with one hand. He looks super serious after the match, too. I loved it. I think this might be like what will turn the corner for Bobby Lashley and make him more of like a brutal athlete instead of the smiley, happy-go-lucky guy. I think Sami Zayn really might have unleashed the beast, you know? So hopefully on Monday Night Raw we'll get a little bit more of Bobby Lashley and see what he's thinking about, or if he's going to come out here just wearing this hat over here. Are we going to get this Bobby Lashley that's wearing this hat and smiling at everybody, or are we going to get the Bobby Lashley that's staring at the camera with the beast behind his eyes? Hopefully we get that, not this hat Lashley, okay? Only a few people can pull this hat off. Me, Sami Zayn, and I hope Bobby Lashley pulls this hat off and keeps it off, okay? Don't wear that, and don't be smiling next time I see you, Bobby, please. Make it hype. Get it hype. Good match though. Good smash match. I'm not even gonna call it a squash. That was a smash match. Next up, we got the Intercontinental Champion. Seth Rollins versus Elias. Elias comes out with his guitar. He was playing a really nice sounding song. Some of his songs he plays, I'm like, wow, this is kind of good, man. I mean, growing up, my parts of my family are very, very deep into the music business, and I've heard some really good guitarists, and I'm telling you, Elias has got some skills, man. And then he just said, nah, Chicago, you ain't even worth it. He just stops playing and then burn it down. Here comes Seth Rollins. This match it started out kind of slow, which is I get, there's like a crescendo. You got to build up to the hype, build up to the final part of a match where everybody's on their feet and stuff. I understand that, but there's some matches where you don't have to start off this slow. Match started out kind of slow, just doing their Monday Night Raw thing back and forth. And then it kicks up another notch. It kicks up another level where Elias is really looking like he's got the tactics. He's turning it against Seth. He's turning Seth's momentum against him. He smashed him on the outside. He smashed him into the barricade. Smashed him into the ring post. Smashed him into the steel steps, and then put him in the ring. And it looked like this was about to be it. But no, he doesn't even go for the pin yet. He knows this is Seth freaking Rollins. That's not enough. He climbs to the top rope. Elias does, and delivers a macho. Dude, hang on. He delivers an elbow like this. Look, I'm bringing all the props out for this match. He goes, ooh, yeah, to the top, dude. Cream of the crop elbow he drops. Ooh, yeah. When this elbow hits you, ooh. It was incredible. Elias already looks just like Macho Man to me as it is, dude. If Macho Man wears these glasses, or if Elias wears these, he's going to look just like Macho Man. Wait a minute, Katana becomes a member of the Patreon as well? Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Yo, Katana. $20 member of the Patreon, levels himself up to legend status. And then here comes Neptune. Oh my goodness, Neptune. Coming through. Dude, all the support is coming through. Thank you guys so much. Ooh, yeah. Maybe I need to wear these glasses more often. Maybe people like me with the glasses on. I'm gonna wear these glasses for a second. Come on, guys. Come on. Keep the support coming. I'm wearing these glasses all night. I'm just kidding. Elias looks like Macho Man, guys. If he wore these glasses, he'd be a spitting image of him. And this elbow drop was a thing of beauty, but Seth still kicks out somehow. Seth waited for the last millisecond too. It's such an incredible piece of storytelling. Thank you so much, Neptune. Thank you for the super chat. You almost knocked out Katana over here. Katana's on his last legs when it comes to the legit boss status, man. One more buck and he's gone. So it looked like it was about to be the end. Like, honestly, they had me on the edge of my seat. I'm like, they're going to give it to Elias. They're going to give it to Elias here. But Seth holds on in tactics that are probably going to earn Elias another shot at the title, because at the end they were rolling each other up and they were grabbing each other's tights. And Seth came out dressed in his old school gear, guys. The black and gold gear, black, gold, and gray gear that he was wearing during like all his heelish time, where he was with the Authority and Roman hated him and everybody hated him. Oh my goodness. Katana heals himself up. He's like, no, you ain't touching me. Look, we're having a wrestling match in the chat right now. Katana versus Neptune right now. This is going to be the match of the night right here. Watch this. Thank you guys very, very much. Katana, thank you so much for the $2. But they're rolling each other up, grabbing the tights. Finally, Seth gets the upper hand, but he's grabbing the tights the whole time, but the ref doesn't see it. I wouldn't even say tights. He's wearing like these green regular pants. I don't know. Elias was just wearing some green regular pants. Maybe he forgot his other ring gear or something. These pants looked really out of place to me. They look like some just, go to Walmart, give me some pants. What color? Okay, it's Money in the Bank, so green. Give me some green pants, dude. Just hurry up. Get back here. We're about to start Money in the Bank, dude. Give me some pants. These were Walmart green pants, okay? Walmart green pants. That's gonna be Elias's new name. It's like SpongeBob SquarePants, Elias green, Walmart green pants. But Seth rolls him up, holds the tights. The ref 1, 2, 3. The ref doesn't see it, and Seth retains his title. So I could definitely see Elias whining and complaining about this on Monday Night Raw tomorrow to get himself another title match. And Seth will grant it, because Seth is, at the moment, he's a fighting champion. I remember back when he was wearing this outfit he was wearing tonight. When he was wearing it before, when he was with the Authority, he would not like to have a title match. He would not grant this. But now that he's an honorable champion and pretty much the main title of Monday Night Raw, he's the main holder and the workhorse of the division. I I think he'll give it to him. Be like, whatever, I beat you once. But they might have like a more of a feud to build up to it or something. I would like to see that. I don't think Elias should be boxed out of this championship yet. I think it was a good one, good match. Elias he comes up a little short against Seth freaking Rollins, and Rollins retains. Next, we had the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and a lot of these first ever matches that women have been having in the WWE, I give WWE so much respect, and I give these athletes so much respect, honestly. Like they are blazing new trails and they're opening up new doors, and hopefully they're gaining new fans. I can't tell you that they are because I don't have those numbers, but hopefully they're gaining some fans that they wouldn't have had before. Hopefully they're like doing the thing that Star Wars is trying to do, but Star Wars doesn't realize that there have always been strong women in the Star Wars saga and in cinema, so there's no reason to really push that agenda because they already are there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not change the subject. WWE has done a good job of changing the image of women's wrestling, and also putting forward talented individuals who not only look the part, also can act the part, also can wrestle the part, instead of just, hey, that's a pretty girl, I guess she should be champion now. Like it's not like that anymore. It's kind of like that still, but at least they have some talent to go with it now. This match was, as I was saying, some of these first matches that these women are getting just so that they can have a first match and put women's wrestling in the spotlight have not been good. Have not had that that aura of something special. I've not had that aura of that it needs to happen. Like when you do a Hell in a Cell match, it should be because there's no other way that this match will be contained. There's no other way that these two or these three or these four will be able to fight in a controllable manner to where we can judge the contest, to where we can get a 1-2-3, or to where we can get a definitive winner. So you put them in Hell in a Cell because it's like, man, these two just, they're going to tear each other apart. They're going to wrestle up into the stands. They're going to endanger the crowd. Like, it should be something crazy when you do a Hell in a Cell. Or when you do an Elimination Chamber, it should be like, man, there are so many people who could be the #1 contender right now because we built up so much great talent that there's just no other way except to put them all in one structure and find out who is the one who eliminates them all, you know? It makes sense those ways. You don't just throw people into match stipulations and say, it's the first one ever, because it doesn't matter. Because it's like you're saying, hey, it's like you walk into a boardroom. Let's say you've worked for a company for 20 years, all right? You walk into a boardroom and they're like, hey, what's up? You're like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And they're like, hey, it's good to see you. All right, so we need to get more women in the company. Okay, what do we want them to do? I don't know, we just need more women. All right, cool. I guess we're going to put a bunch of women in upper management. We're going to hire a woman to be CEO. It doesn't matter what her credentials are. It doesn't matter if she's good at this job. She could be a line cook at Burger King. We're just going to make her the CEO now. Like, there's no prestige to just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay? There has to be some reason so that people are invested. So people are not just saying, oh, because that's where you lose it. That's where you lose the credibility. When you put a woman or a man in a position that is classically stowed away for one gender, you put a woman or a man in something that's classically stowed away for some opposite gender, just to put them there, then it does not do what you're supposed to be doing there. When you say, I'm going to put somebody in a position, it should be because they've earned it. That way it matters. That way they stay there. That way they're not just the flavor of the week. Oh, hey, we made a diversity hire, guys. Yes. You see that guy over there, Antone? Yeah, that guy knows nothing about running that machine, and now he's, oh my God, Antone! Antone's dead! Antone got grinded up by the Cheez-It machine. Dude, it was his first day on the job. Aw, man, we should have hired somebody who knows how to run this machine. Aw, man. Now Antone's dead. Now we gotta send a letter to his family. Like, don't just do it for the sake of doing it, is my point. Alright, so anyway, this match has nothing to do with that. This match was epic. And the women brought it, man. They absolutely brought it. My whole point in getting into this is because this could have honestly been one of those just, oh, do it to do it. but they brought it. What is this? Seth Rollins? Thank you so much. Thank you for the bits. Poor Antone, man. Poor Antone. Just brought it. I loved this women's Money in the Bank match. I honestly, I must say, man, it competed with the men's match a little bit. It competed with the men's Money in the Bank. I wouldn't even say a little bit. It wasn't neck and neck, but it was climbing there. They did some innovative spots. They brought the brutality. They brought the viciousness. I didn't see a lot of pulled punches or super botchiness, except for when Sasha Banks almost tripped just trying to get in the ring. But overall, man, Sasha caught crazy damage, man. She got destroyed. She got slammed on the ladder. She got slammed on the outside. Man, I thought her back was just going to be all kinds of, like, she's going to have to sit in, like, a special chair for the rest of her life. She did a great thing. She did a great thing. It had its spots here and there. I loved the brutality of it. I loved that they took it. They didn't just do a Monday Night Raw match, okay? Because that's pretty much what it was looking like it was going to be, based on the build to all this and just the lackluster exchange between these women all the way up to Money in the Bank. I was expecting a Money in the Bank match that was basically a Monday Night Raw match in disguise with ladders. But they really did make it seem like a pay-per-view match, okay? It approached, but it wasn't as good as the men's Money in the Bank match. But I just agree that this was a spot that you could have put these women in and expected something great, and we got something pretty okay. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't outstanding. It wasn't NXT Takeover level, but it was ambitious. Okay, it was ambitious, and if they keep on leveling up, then I can see in the future this being one of those matches that you just have to find out what the heck's going on. I mean, the main part of this was finding out who's going to win Money in the Bank, but in the future, I could see if they keep moving forward this way. You got to think about last year's Money in the Bank versus this one. Yeah, they leveled up. They leveled up quite a bit. So if they keep on this is what I'm trying to tell you. They are improving. They are being ambitious. And if it keeps going this way, it'll be fun. It'll be good in the future to just see what they do in the match instead of let's find out who wins. It was good. It was good. So, Alexa Bliss wins. I'm not even going to go through all the spots that were in this. There were some really cool things that Natalya did, that Ember Moon did. Gosh, like I said before, Sasha Banks. There were moments in this. Even Lana impressed in this match above what people were probably thinking she was going to do, and above what I thought she was even going to do. She was delivering high kicks. She spent more time on the ladder than I think anybody else in this match. She definitely fought for hers, and I was genuinely surprised. Lana came out of this looking much better than she's looked in recent history. So that's what I'm saying. Building. Steps. Don't just give them stuff and keep them stagnant. Steps. Make it better and better and better. That's why I'm so optimistic about this match. Giving it love, giving it respect. I hope they will not walk into Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week doing the same old and stagnating and just eating plain oatmeal, no sugar, no strawberries, no blueberries, just plain mushy, slimy oatmeal. Okay, none of that. Okay, you showed me that you know how to put together some pretty good breakfast. Okay, you got that breakfast they show on the Cheerios commercial with the toast and the waffle on the side and all that stuff. Do that. All right, don't give me this mushy, bland oatmeal stuff that you're doing on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown a lot. Okay, let's not do that. Much love to the women. Hopefully they'll be making some good stuff. Next, so Alexa Bliss wins the Money in the Bank. Holy moly! Everybody's like, what? I'm like, what? Because I'm like, dang, they're giving her a lot of love. They remember last Monday they actually had her come out. They had her and all the other women come out, and they were doing a segment. They were talking. They came back from commercial. Alexa Bliss walks out from backstage and gets her full entrance, and no other woman gets it. I'm like, what is this? This is favoritism right here. This is massive favoritism. Well, it continues on here because Alexa Bliss wins the Money in the Bank match. That was so weird. I was like, what? Alexa Bliss? Why is she getting an entrance? She was just in the ring. She walked all the way to the back, and they played her song, and then she did her entrance over again after the commercial was over. I was like, what the heck is this? So strange. Anyway, next we get the. A lot of people are going to say that this is the worst match of the pay-per-view, and I don't know if I agree or disagree because I don't think there was any like super great match in this pay-per-view, and I don't think there was any super bad match in this pay-per-view. It was all just kind of by the books. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal comes out. The crowd seems like whatever, and Roman Reigns comes out. We hear boos, but I think that WWE kind of tweaked the sound to make it so it didn't sound so loud. Because I'm sure if there was any crowd in the United States that's gonna boo him as loud as I've heard, I think it would be Chicago, especially tonight. Chicago was on fire, and once this match started, Chicago did not let you forget that they were there. They were doing the wave. They were chanting all kinds of stuff, man. They were chanting "This is awful." They were chanting "This is awful" like 5 minutes into the match, like they'd actually seen the match or something. Like it was just, it's just a thing to do now. These two are not bad wrestlers. Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns put on an okay match. It was just basically a glorified Raw match once again. I didn't see anything outstanding. I didn't see Jinder Mahal do anything he doesn't normally do. I didn't see Roman Reigns do anything he doesn't normally do. Um, Sunil Singh did something he doesn't normally do. Sunil Singh came out in a wheelchair with a neck brace, and he was having trouble even announcing Jinder Mahal. But part of the way through the match, he hops out of his chair and pushes Roman Reigns into the ring post while the ref isn't looking, and then he sits back in his chair. And so at least Sunil Singh acted like this was a pay per view. Both Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal just handed in a pedestrian match that just not even anything I want to dwell on. Just it was over with. Anyway, Roman Reigns gets the Superman punch, gets the spear, game over. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's just rudimentary. It's just pedestrian, and it's the same stuff you see every single Monday Night Raw that Roman Reigns comes out there. I wish he would really level it up. Katana, oh my goodness, Katana bringing the $5 to the table. Oh my goodness, he's keeping this title, man. They were chanting NXT. They were chanting anything but Roman, anything but Jinder. They were chanting anything. I think even once I think I might have heard them chanting for Sunil Singh. Katana hype. Thank you so much. Roman Jinder match was a slow start, but it pretty good towards the end. The leg drop spot on. Oh yeah, the leg drop spot was cool when Roman dropped his leg on Jinder's neck, and it actually put him. The momentum of the leg drop was so hard as he was leaning outside the ring that it actually took Jinder all the way to the outside. There's some okay stuff, but like I said, it was basically just a Monday Night Raw match. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary for these two. And not that I'm asking people to go out there and kill themselves. I don't want to see Roman Reigns do like a 450 splash or anything. I don't want to see Jinder do the 630 ricochet senton across the chest or anything. But man, spear him through the barricade or something, man. Act like you're mad at him. I this is what I'm saying. Listen to me. Listen to me, Linda. Listen to me. He speared him through a wall on Monday Night Raw. We get to the pay-per-view and nothing happens. The same old stuff happens. Like, do you see what I'm saying now? Like, the pay-per-view was just a glorified Raw match, man. If you're gonna do it, man. I wanted to see like the turnbuckle come loose. The gosh, man, tie him up in the ring apron and beat him until he's bloody or something. Like, just do something, man. Double count out victory where they fight all the way backstage and we get some backstage because nobody cares who wins or who loses this match. I mean, maybe Adam Bomb does because Adam Bomb has a vested interest in Roman Reigns right now. But besides that, man, it's just show them go backstage and have them fighting throughout the hallway, fighting up into the concession stands, fighting out on the streets of Chicago. Do something, dude. If you're spearing someone through a wall on Raw, but you're just wrestling a pretty pedestrian match on the pay-per-view, it's time for you to understand this is done with, man. So super duper vanilla. Why ain't no listen to us? Drywall Mahal. Heck yeah, man. Why couldn't he do that again? I would have liked to see that. Spear him through a wall again. That would have at least brought it up a notch, you know? But it still had some good spots. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying it was a normal match, you know? And normal's not really what I'm looking for when I'm watching a pay-per-view, but hey, whatever. They had to calm the crowd down so that they could get hyped for this next match, which is Carmella versus Asuka. A lot of people in the chat had obviously been dipping their fingers or their heads into some dirt sheet juice, into some Spoilerville, some Meltzerville, all those things, and they already had a firm prediction that that somebody would be returning during this match to help Carmella out, and they were not wrong. Carmella wrestles. What I want to really touch on here, everybody's going to be talking about the ending of this match, but what I really want to touch on here is that, boy, oh boy, did Carmella actually go toe-to-toe with Asuka. The confidence in Asuka is at an all-time low. I ran a poll during most of these matches, most of the title matches. I ran a poll just to see what people were talking about, and also give people something fun to do. Just to see where people were when they're thinking about these matches. And honestly, Carmella came out ahead in people's predictions. More people predicted Carmella to win this than Asuka. And just think about where Asuka was and where she's at right now. If Carmella is even competing, even at all, a thought in people's head over Asuka. But it wasn't even close. Like, it was literally like way more people were saying Carmella. So I'd say it was at least like a 40% difference, something like that. Even if it was close, why is it close? But guess why it's close is because Carmella actually went pretty toe-to-toe with Asuka here. I know Asuka had to slow it down a little bit and not wrestle her normal ferocity and stuff like that, but still, it was at least a little convincing that Carmella was keeping up with Asuka, which is just so strange. It just feels so strange, but it's like, is this really what they're trying to tell us right now? They're trying to tell us that Carmella can actually kind of be on the same stage as Asuka. I like it. The more superstars that are actually a threat, the better. Okay. I know you're used to three women being epic and then the rest of them being Alicia Fox, and they get one good move and then they just get mashed all day. No, I don't want that anymore, man. The more they build up other superstars, the more that people are credible threats, the more these rivalries, feuds, pay-per-view matches, number one contenderships, stipulation matches like Money in the Bank, like Extreme Rules, they can become something you want to see. Oh my goodness, Katana's still bringing it. Holy moly, Katana. Katana says, I gotta get some sleep. Good pay-per-view, great ending. Have a good night. Katana, thank you so much, man. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the support, dude. He's the best in the world. He's one of the best in the world. Man, it would have been cool to see some CM Punk tonight, wouldn't it? Katana, we'll see you later, man. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being the legit boss. Who knows how long you're gonna stay there? We've already seen 3 separate legit bosses this evening alone, so man, I'm pulling for you, but we'll see. Have a good evening, dude. Thank you so much. But yeah, they go toe to toe. Asuka and Carmella was actually, it turned into an okay match. I'm not saying it was great, but this is what I'm saying. Improvement, steps. That's one of the things that I really liked about this pay-per-view is steps forward, getting better, not staying stagnant. Okay? That's beautiful to me. That's showing that somebody watched TakeOver. Somebody's hearing the buzz. Somebody's listening to all of us when we say, hey, can you guys do something maybe? Because like, I'm not sure if I'm watching Raw or what. Like, the only thing that's telling me I'm watching Money in the Bank is like the color up here and the apron. Like, can we do something? So I liked it. Taking it up a notch. So anyway, it starts looking like Asuka is just in full control, like she's gonna win this match, and then all of a sudden a Asuka clone appears on the apron, standing in the corner, and it's like it's Asuka's outfit, Asuka's mask, and it's just standing there, and Asuka sees it, and she's just shook, like she just watched the ring for the first time, the actual ring, the one that came out before the ring, the one called Ringu, okay, like the real scary one. Looks like she just saw a character from Ringu. She's like, whoa, 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 what the heck? And so she turns her head to the side, and so does the clone in the corner. And it's just like this creepy moment. And then Carmella pounces and tries to get the roll up, but it doesn't work. And then Asuka's still kind of shook. And then that's when Carmella capitalizes. Oh, that's not right when Carmella, because she looks back at the clone, and the clone takes off the mask, and it's James Ellsworth. Oh my goodness, James Ellsworth. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Our big surprise return for Money in the Bank is James Ellsworth. Think about that. Could you guys please understand why I'm saying what I'm saying about Raw and SmackDown and the main roster right now, about how it needs to really elevate itself? Because if the big return, the big surprise for Money in the Bank is James Ellsworth, I think that we gotta keep going. Come on, let's level up, guys. Let's get past that. Yeah, Carmella messed up her super kick, but it's all right. I mean, you can't expect a perfect match out of her. But just the fact that she even went toe to toe with Asuka at all is enough. Yeah, she did miss some things. It wasn't a perfect match. It was just an okay match. But the fact that Carmella even had an okay match against Asuka is improvement. It's good stuff. So Carmella retains her title because of the distraction by James Ellsworth, and I guess he's back now. He's not a very good looking guy in my opinion, but hey, whatever, whatever, man. So that's that. Carmella retains her championship off the interference. Well, not interference, but the distraction. Then we get Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey, and I say it in this order: Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey, because they actually had the champion come out first and Nia come out. They had the champion come out first, which is Nia Jax, and they had Ronda Rousey come out second. I kind of like to keep it old school in this way, where the champion always comes out second. I like that feeling, because it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It feels like the odds are stacked against the person who's challenging. Like they really have an uphill battle, because they come out first, they get their cheers and stuff, and then they have to stand there in the ring and watch as the champion comes out with all the fanfare and the belt and all this stuff, and they get announced second. It just feels like you're already fighting an uphill battle. When you have the champion come out first, and then you have the challenger come out second, it seems like the champion is less of a centerpiece at that point and more of an afterthought, because now you got this person who's the challenger coming out, and they're getting all the fanfare, they're getting the cheers afterwards and all that stuff. So I'm kind of old school that way. I would like it if the champion would always come out second, to make it seem like more of an uphill battle. But man, Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey, this match, Ronda Rousey continues to impress with her progression, and this match was it was Nia Jax's match to lose, man. She was destroying Ronda Rousey. She was tossing her all around, making her look like a rag doll. The weight difference was in Nia's favor. She was just using that weight, throwing it around, throwing Ronda everywhere. But then Ronda, she started to get into the swing of things. She started to, and she was doing a good job of selling too. You could see by her face, you could see by her the way she would crawl to the corner and stuff. She's getting better at looking like something happened to her, which is good. Okay, because selling is a very important part of wrestling. It's what makes a match seem like it's actually having some weight to it. If you got one person who gets beat up all match, and then all of a sudden there's nothing wrong with them, and they're walking around just fine, and they're able to do all their moves, they're not sweating or anything, they're not holding their ribs or the leg, they're not holding their back after they got repeatedly power slammed and Samoan dropped and all this stuff, then it just the match holds no weight. It's up to both people to remember what's happened to them, remember what's, because they're not out there getting super destroyed. I mean, they are getting hurt. When you get slammed from a certain height or in a certain way, it's gonna hurt you, but it's about selling that. It's about making the match actually appear like things are happening to you that you're having to overcome to win this match. And Ronda Rousey is already getting this down. Her progression is pretty good at this point. Nia Jax, she was silenced. I could just hear the internet. I could hear so many people out there who are always talking trash about Nia Jax. I see it all over the place, man. Nia Jax, she's so slow. She sucks at wrestling, all this stuff. I could just hear those people like slowly closing their mouths until there was not a whisper on the internet about Nia Jax because she was doing a great job of seeming like the actual beast in this match. The fighting against the world's baddest woman or whatever, and she's still out there tossing her into the barricade by her legs and just being dominant. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Ronda gets back in the ring. She hits her with a hip toss, and when she did this hip toss, the crowd was like, "What? Wow, yo, Ronda!" Just altogether cool stuff. Then Ronda goes to the top rope, and people are like, "Dude, does she have flips? Does she have gainers? Does she have shooting star presses? What's she gonna do up here?" And she does a nice crossbody on top of Nia Jax, and people are like, "Wow." She can't get the pin, but guess what? Guess what? Alexa Bliss comes out with her Money in the Bank case and just starts wailing on them both. Wailing on Ronda Rousey, wailing on Nia Jax, just bashing everybody. Bash, bash, bash. She makes sure to bash on Ronda a lot. Ronda goes to the outside, and Alexa follows her to the outside with the Money in the Bank case and bashes her some more. And I'm like, you better get Nia. She goes back in the ring, starts smashing Nia, swinging it wildly too. Not just holding it with two hands, but she's holding it by the handle and just bashing Nia with it. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's what you got to do, man, because Nia's not to be played with, not to be bargained with, not to be reasoned with. Um, yeah, she smashed Nia pretty bad. She was just swinging it like nobody's business. um, and then everybody was booing for a second because they thought Alexa was just gonna walk out with the case, but Alexa's like, no, cash it in, and everybody's like, what? And she actually cashes it in. She hits just a crispy DDT right on Nia's head, and just 1, 2, 3, game over. Um, or no, she went no. She hits a crispy DDT, and I'm like, dude, you better stop playing around because she didn't 1, 2, 3 right there. She actually was walking very slowly, and I'm like, you better get in, get moving, girl. Come on, Ronda's on the outside. What are you waiting on? So she goes up to the top rope. She hits her Twisted Bliss. Then it's 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss is the new and returning Raw Women's Champion. I thought this was a good outcome here. I did have a feeling it was too early for Ronda Rousey to have the Raw Women's Championship. I'm glad WWE did not take that easy road for advertisement by having Ronda Rousey walk into the UFC with the Raw Women's Championship on, just to get a little bit more advertisement for them, man. I'm so glad that the WWE did not do that, man. Some people were saying they should have let Ronda win it and then had Alexa cash in, but I am not a fan of short title reigns. I don't like short title reigns. I don't like 1 minute title reigns. I don't like those at all because it puts you in the record book, man. And you got to realize how many people have never touched that in the history of WWE. People who deservedly could have been on top at least once. Santino was never champ. I gotta say Santino right off the bat. What about Goldust, man? Look at all these people that have never touched the top, and they're just gonna just put it on somebody in their first ever singles match. I think it's like I was saying, don't do it just to do it. Make it matter. Make it matter. That way, once she's holding it, it's like, yeah, heck yes. Look at the road ahead of her. Look at what she had to do to get here. Look at the road behind her. Make it matter. So I'm so glad they didn't put it on her, even for 1 minute. Alexa got it. Good stuff. Ronda can come after her, and this makes a three-way feud now instead of just a one-way little lackluster feud between Ronda and Nia that didn't even make any sense to begin with. But now they have legitimate beef. Now it's Alexa cashed in on both of you. Now both of you want Alexa, but you guys got to remember because you were fighting tooth and nail. Now Nia and Ronda have some bad blood between them because of what happened tonight. So I like it. I just think everybody wins here. The entire Raw Women's Division wins tonight. Great stuff from Ember Moon, just all across the board. Raw Women's Division is on fire. And the SmackDown Women's Division is not far behind, but I think SmackDown could have done a little better tonight for sure. Santino, exactly. Santino, man. Think about Santino. I had to say something outlandish, you know. Santino never held gold. You just want Ronda to walk in and get it? Come on. Bring back Santino. Next, we got AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a match that was yawn-inducing for the first, like, at least 8 minutes, maybe even longer. Maybe even longer than that. Just yawn-inducing. I'm so sorry to say this, guys. I know some people are going to be mad at me for saying it. Oh, Gritty, what are you talking about? It wasn't yawn-inducing. They were just getting started. Man, they were getting started 3 matches ago, okay? I don't need yawn-inducing wrestling when you're supposed to be having a feud so heated that you can't even handle a guy sitting in front of you asking you to use your pin, okay? Attention to detail. If a guy makes you so mad when he's just sitting across from you saying this pin is broken, if he makes you so mad that you have to slap him in the face at a business meeting, you shouldn't be needing 10 minutes of build up. Okay, it should be before the bell rings, man. As soon as the entrance starts, I'm wrecking this dude. I don't care, man. Disqualify me. I'm champion. Whatever. AJ should have been wrecking this dude's face from the very beginning. Okay. I'm sorry, but if you need build up after 3 matches, a WrestleMania match, and get slapping somebody in the face just because they asked to borrow your pen, I'm sorry, man. The attention to detail is not there. All right. I love these 2 guys. Don't get me wrong. It's just, man, whoever's writing this stuff, whoever's booking this stuff, please understand. We don't need 10 minutes of build to a feud that's supposed to be like this. This guy has legitimately tried to make this guy right here, yes, him. He has legitimately tried to make AJ unable to have children ever again. And you know AJ loves his kids. He's got their birthdays tattooed on him. Okay? Come on, man. I just the match is cool. I'm just saying, man, don't tell me they needed it's gotta build, man. What were we doing since WrestleMania? Give me a fight. And that's what they did do. After a while it did get to that point. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just a little heated about that because it's like, dude, don't insult my intelligence. If this guy can't handle him sitting across from him on a table, it shouldn't be 10 minutes worth of build. You should be at this dude's throat all night. So, the match was good. Okay, do not get me wrong. They fought into the crowd. They fought back into the ringside area. Nakamura he put AJ Styles on top of a table. He slammed him on top of a table, but the table didn't break. So he's just laying there, and then Shinsuke clears off all of the announce tables, runs up. So here's AJ. He runs up on all 3 tables and Kinshasas him. Great spot. The table still doesn't break though. I would have liked it if they'd have found a way to make the table break or something. But hey, you know, it's tables, man. It's tables. I've seen tables do crazy things. So it's going great by this point. Now the crowd's into it. The crowd's like, okay, now these dudes are out for blood. Was anybody bleeding? Did AJ bleed? I think AJ was bleeding on his cheek again. I think AJ did bleed during this match, so it brought some intensity. It brought some of that je ne sais quoi we were looking for. Oh gosh, man, I almost forgot about this. So AJ Styles, he finally gets some of the momentum back in his corner. He is going at Shinsuke, but Shinsuke will not stay down. So AJ decides it's time for the Styles Clash. But it's time for the Styles Clash off the steel steps. And he does it. And Shinsuke still gets up. He gets up at like the count of 9 and balances himself on the table, and he's just so racked with pain. And AJ's like at a loss for words, at a loss for what the heck do I have to do to this guy? And he sees that Shinsuke is standing against the table like this with his legs open, and AJ just goes, all right, it's time to kick a field goal right here. AJ cracks him. Oh my goodness, right between the legs with a sickening crack, dude. You heard it like all throughout the arena. And Shinsuke's down, but AJ walks away immediately. I loved how he walked away. This was really cool because he just walked away like it's over, it's over. And you think he's just getting back in the ring to just watch Shinsuke just writhe in pain and get counted out, but no. No, no, no. AJ was actually walking up because he was get a springboard, and he springboards out of the ring. Phenomenal forearms, Shinsuke through the table. Oh, what a hellacious bump it was, dude. Bodies were just flying all kinds of ways. It was looking like bumper cars. It was like comes to a halt, and both of them are down, and you think, oh no. Well, I was thinking, oh no. I think some other people were thinking, oh no, and I'm not talking about Cassius. I was thinking, oh no, here we go. They're both going to get counted. The 10 counts coming. They're both going to get counted. And honestly, there was a point in this match where they both did get counted, but the ref said, no, 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 no. There was right before that, actually. The ref counted to 10, and both of them were pretty much down. I think AJ might have been like pretty much on a solid base of both his feet, but Shinsuke was nowhere near standing yet. Ref said 10, and then Shinsuke was like, oh, and then the ref was like, okay, never mind. The match is not over yet. So I think the ref kind of saved this ending. So good job on the ref to not be like, no, it's over. Good job on the ref. But man, this phenomenal forearm crushes the table. AJ gets back to his feet at like the count of 8 by leaning himself up against the barricade, but Shinsuke is down to the count of 10. Game over. AJ Styles retains his championship. And I don't know what's next for Shinsuke here. I think maybe he's gonna fight Jeff Hardy. They could revisit that. Yeah, my PS4 is pretty dang accurate, man. My PS4 is doing the dang thing on these predictions, guys. You got to come over to my Twitch channel and check it out. I do a lot of simulation matches. I have my own universe over there. I play a lot of different games. If you guys have not checked it out and you've made it this far into this this review, you might enjoy what I'm doing over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Gritty Urban Saga. The link is also on my main page on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, it's just right up there. Just click on it. You'll find it. Man. So AJ retains. I don't know what's next for AJ. Probably Samoa Joe, since Samoa Joe did recently say that he was coming for AJ Styles. I would love to see AJ versus Samoa Joe. I think that could be cool. Maybe the Miz. I don't know, man. Maybe Big Cass. I hope not Big Cass. I don't know where Big Cass is going. But anyway, I don't know where Shinsuke is going here. I'm more worried for Shinsuke at this point because he's been thwarted and stopped every time he's come after this championship. He got put down by Jinder Mahal. He's been in the WWE for over a year now, and he still hasn't been able to touch on gold, or on the main roster. I mean, hasn't been able to touch on gold at all, and I'm just worried about his popularity dwindling, and what WWE will have to do to get it back if they do let it dwindle. I'm not saying it is. I'm worried about it happening and what they'd have to do, because this was a great heel turn, man. His heel turn was fun. His heel turn is one of the best things happening on SmackDown. So I'm just worried what they'll have to do to really get people re-interested in Shinsuke if they don't have something for him right now, you know. So hopefully on SmackDown Live we'll get some sort of preview or some sort of look at what he's up to next. Hopefully it's something great, dude. If it's him versus Jeff Hardy, I'd like to see that. They had a fairly good match on SmackDown and ended in a disqualification, but what if it didn't? You know, could have been good. So just great stuff here. I actually like this match a lot. It's just that whole intro. Oh, we needed to get started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh yes. Oh yes. Then what was it? It was the Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank match, right? Yeah, we got no Raw Tag Team Championships. That's how far these have That's how far the Raw Tag Team Championships have fallen. The fact that they weren't even on the card at all. No United States Championship. No Raw Tag Team Championship. No Universal Championship. I understand that they didn't have feuds, so that's all good. I'm glad they didn't rush the B team into something, because man, it's not time for the B team yet, man. They have to be the darlings. They have to be the Cinderella story that we build and build and build. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm actually very glad they did not put the B team versus the Deleter of Worlds on this fight card. I know I sounded upset. I'm not. I'm just saying. Think about that. You know, like you got straight up titles that aren't being represented on your pay-per-views that are supposed to be like the tip top, dude. Two. There's only one male title on the Raw side of things that was defended tonight. That's got to be a little wake up call to Raw, man. They got to start building up some of these belts and make them matter a little bit more, especially the Universal title. Don't even get me started here. So anyway, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Everybody files out, of course, and we got 8 people in the ring: Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, everybody. And they all the plan that Kevin Owens has been trying to put in people's heads for the last couple weeks is like, oh, take out Braun, take out Braun, take out Braun, and it seemed like everybody finally was like, you know, let's do it. And they revealed that Kofi was the man from the New Day that was going to be in the Money in the Bank match. There was somebody who asked me if I thought that this was going to be the start of the New Day breaking up, and I must say I hope not, because there's so much singles talent on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown that is just sitting there, like Ty Dillinger, like Mojo Rawley, like Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil. There's all kinds of people out there just not doing anything. So I don't want another singles person who's already part of a very over tag team, a very exciting tag team. They get cheers everywhere they go. They're hyped together. They're incredible, incredible chemistry. One of the greatest tag teams to ever exist, period. I don't want them to break them up just for the sake of being like, okay, now we got a singles guy. Because look what's happening as it is with the rest of their singles guys. Let's just keep them together for now. So anyway, Kofi comes down. He's the one that they have chosen to be in the Money in the Bank match, and he did a great job. But everybody goes after Braun. They bury him under ladders on the stage, and he's under ladders on the stage for like a good 5 minutes without moving, without anything. He's just laying there under ladders as everybody else fights. Bobby Roode got in a couple shots here. Finn Balor, everybody in the match had their little spots here and there, but nothing too memorable. That's kind of why I went so hard on the women's matches, because I actually saw them trying a lot of new stuff that you don't see in a female ladder match, you know. But this was kind of rudimentary, man. I just kept pushing the ladder over. Oh, 2 people go up. Oh, I'm gonna fight you. You're gonna go down. Oh, I'm gonna grab your leg. Oh, you know, like same stuff that you see all the time, dude. I could play a game of 2K18 and it's gonna look the exact same as what we saw here, minus the ladders on top of Braun Strowman up on top of the ramp there. I'm gonna see the same exact match. Just not very innovative ladder spots. That we never got a ladder bridge or anything, but later on in the match it got exciting. I'm just waiting. Finn Balor goes up the ramp to find a ladder, pulls one of the ladders, and he's walking with it, but Braun Strowman is hanging on to the other end. It's like a monster movie when you watch this, dude. It's so fun, man. So funny, man. I love it. I love it. So Braun's hanging on. Braun smashes him. Braun's just going on a tirade, destroying everybody. Of course, they fight back. Everybody's bringing ladders to smash him. They're taking him out. They fight him back up the ramp. They don't want him anywhere near this ring because they know the closer he gets to the ring, the closer he gets to that case, and it's all over if he gets his hands on it. He'd probably just rip the thing out of the ceiling. You don't even have to unhook it. So they know, don't let him in the ring. So they're just, Bobby Roode's hitting him, Finn's hitting him. Bobby Roode and Finn are hitting him with the same ladder. They're just taking him out. And meanwhile, Kevin Owens is setting up a table on the outside. Before any of this, the Miz runs down to the ring and tries to set it up, but Samoa Joe stops him real quick. So Kevin Owens sets up a table and is like, put Braun on the table. So they put Braun on the table, and Kevin Owens starts scaling the largest ladder you've ever seen. I'm talking about this ladder over here. You see this ladder? That ladder. This size, okay? The hugest, okay? Hugest. Okay? Hugest. Super high ladder. Maybe not quite that tall. Maybe like this one right here. Maybe still a little bit shorter than that. Maybe like that tall. Maybe like that tall. Not this tall. This is like 100 feet tall or something. I don't know. Anyway, He finds the tallest ladder they got around. He climbs up it. It looks like he's going to do the unthinkable. And I thought about it. So it became thinkable. He looked like he was going to do the frog splash, but then the monster starts to stir and he busts everybody. Get off of me. Get off of me. He starts climbing up the ladder, and Kevin Owens is like, no! And so he starts climbing down, but Braun gets up the ladder, grabs him by the hand, and starts climbing up the ladder while making him climb up higher and higher. I love this spot so much. He makes him go up, then he grabs him by the hair, lifts him up to the top of the ladder, and he's like, talking all this trash. You try to take me out? Tosses him off the ladder. Kevin Owens goes flying through the air. He must have felt like he was falling forever. He must have been like, I miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss a thing. He must have heard that whole song in his head before he hit that table, but he just hit a whole bunch of tables and tablecloths and stuff, and man, he must have thought he was dead. The black tablecloth was just there, and all he saw was blackness. Kevin Owens is just destroyed. Crowd is chanting. You know what they're chanting. You know exactly what they're chanting. I don't even have to tell you. Let's just say it deals with something that's not completely intact and excrement. That's what they're saying. Anyway, Braun comes down to the ring and he is just heated. He is running through people. Two people had ladders. I'm not sure exactly who it was. Probably Bobby Roode and Finn. They had ladders and he just runs through the ladder and cracks it in half. I'm not kidding. This really happened. Then he goes in. He just destroys everybody, dude. Finn Balor ends up climbing one of the tall ladders that was sitting on the outside. I don't know where Braun. He ejected Braun into the timekeeper's area. So Braun was out for a second, and Finn Balor was looking to win, but he decided instead of climbing into the ring, he was going to climb up this tall ladder that was on the outside, and Bobby Roode was down. Bobby Roode was laying on his back. Finn Balor jumps off the ladder and coup de grace him off of just, oh my goodness, dude. Gave him an OMG moment for that. That was incredible. Great stuff from Finn Balor to not actually kill Bobby Roode. I'm pretty sure Bobby Roode's okay, so we're all good here. But it was just too much. Braun resurfaces. Braun reemerges from the depths of destruction and just takes everybody out. There was no hope. Braun starts climbing up the ladder, and it looks like it's not going to be the end of the match, but Braun is just, he climbs up, grabs the case, and he's your new Money in the Bank champion, guys. Braun Strowman with the Money in the Bank. Hopefully they have a plan for this. I don't know how they're going to get Brock to TV now. I think it's somewhat pointless for anyone on Raw to have a Money in the Bank case. I've said this several times leading up to Money in the Bank. I hope nobody from Raw wins the men's Money in the Bank, because how do you cash in? How do you do it? How do you cash in on somebody who never shows up? Brock's not even at pay-per-views. How are you going to cash in on him unexpectedly, dude? He just shows up whenever he wants. You have to find him at his house or something. So anyway, I'm happy for Braun. I mean, at least it wasn't Bobby Roode or something just to throw us off and just some wacky thing that they had no idea what to do. At least it seems like they probably have a plan, because just putting it on Braun, it seems like it would be much more obvious to put it on The Miz or Samoa Joe or gosh, man, even Kofi. Even if Kofi had it, if they really wanted to start doing some singles stuff for him, or if New Day just held it as like a it's ours, it's our Money in the Bank between Kofi and Xavier and Big E. Like, they could just figure out who's gonna cash it in. It'd be a fun thing for us to watch. But with Braun having it, like, Braun he deserves title shots as it is. There's not a more winning person on Monday Night Raw than Braun Strowman at this point. So I just don't get it. I really don't. I hope they have a plan, and I hope they have a plan quick to get Brock back to TV, because that title is just slipping down the importance factor. At this moment, I would put the Universal title in importance, I would say, at the same level as, gosh, man, what? Maybe maybe the Raw Tag Team Championships. Maybe it's just not important. They've lost all the hype to it. So hopefully they have a reason for Brock to come back to TV. Hopefully Braun is going to talk some trash, or something is going to awaken the need for Brock to be around. We're going to see tomorrow, man. Monday Night Raw, I'm going to be streaming during tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will be there. Overall, I give this pay-per-view a 8.1. 8.1 I would give it. I think it was a good way to end certain things. I think it's intriguing. And as I said before, it's an improvement. I could see them trying to innovate and step some of these things forward and try a little harder in a lot of these. Not everything, but it was pretty good. I'm gonna say 8.1 out of 10. I think that's a firm good grade for it. Especially the crowd helped it a lot, guys. If they wouldn't have had this in Chicago, if they'd have had this somewhere like, I don't know, I don't want to insult anybody's. Let's just say if they had this in Atlantis. Although if it was in Atlantis, it'd probably get like a 10 just for finding the place. So not Atlantis. If it was in let's see, what's like a pretty wacky sounding city they could find. If it was in El Dorado's sisters, if it was El Dorado's sister city called like La Dorada, and it's the place that's made all of brick, and that's what makes it famous. La Dorada. If it was held there, this would get like a 7.1 maybe, or maybe even lower. But this crowd really brought the hype and had me feel like, yeah, this is a cool event, and they you could tell that the athletes were feeding off of it, especially during the Money in the Bank matches. So 8.1, I think. I like it. What do you guys think in the chat? This is your chance to chime in and let everybody know what you thought. Because that's my full review, guys. 8.1. I like that they're pushing forward some of the just some of the tropes that you normally see. I saw the women fighting a little harder. I saw Ronda Rousey doing the dang thing, and Nia Jax doing the dang thing as well. I saw AJ Styles and Shinsuke. They've really kicked it up a notch during near the end of their match. I saw that the tag team match that started the kickoff show. That was cool. Um, just some really really good stuff, and some okay stuff to offset it a little bit. What do you guys think? Finish Hype King says 8.5. Boss Gaming says 8.0 out of 10. Snipe says 8. 8 out of 10. 7.5. Maximum I'll go for documentary. Suck SmackDown took the L tonight. Yeah, dude, they didn't win either of those. Yeah. Very, very strange, man. And this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes when you just do things to be surprising, it doesn't make it good, you know. But I do like that they gave the win to at least two people who seem very very needed for Raw. You know, without Alexa during the past, you know, 8 months of Raw, and without Braun for the last 8 months of Raw, I don't think Raw would be in as good of a position as it's even in right now. So at least they put the Money in the Bank contracts on some people who are not just surprises, you know. Because that would have sucked if they'd have just been like, "Oh, gotcha! Look, look what we put it on," you know, and give you a little goofy laugh. Solid 8, 8.5 from Atom Bomb. I see ya. Yeah, I give it like 8.1. I give it a solid 8 if the SmackDown tag match swapped as the Reigns and Jinder match. Yeah, they could have started the show with that. Actually, I think you're onto something. If they would have had Reigns on the kickoff, oh, that would have been a good idea, actually. That'd have been a good idea, because then they could have had Daniel Bryan right after that, so that I got the crowd up out of their seat chanting yes and everything, and then we could have had the Bludgeon Brothers and the Club in the place of Roman Reigns and Jinder, which would have still, with the match they turned in, the crowd was still on fire for them. So yeah, that's actually a really good point, documentary. I'm not saying I don't like Roman. I'm not saying I don't like Jinder. I'm just saying for this particular pay-per-view and this particular feud, that could have been a good way to start. That could have been a good kickoff. And that also could have shown people, like, dude, look, he's not the chosen one. He's on the kickoff. Like, because that's all they're trying to do right now. They're just trying to get people's mind off of the whole chosen one thing and get people to cheer for Roman again. So it could have been a good idea. Could have been a good idea. You give it an 8. The Mo says he gives it an 8. Yeah. Yeah, I think about an 8.1, guys. The reason I don't give it just a straight 8 is because all that extra effort that I saw, and also them trying to just not do a regular show like Backlash. Oh my God! I also was kind of trying to think about Backlash and compare it to that, because Backlash would probably be one of those pay-per-views where it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh jeez, man, 7.9 out of 10. Exactly. See, Boss Game is talking about what I'm talking about. You gotta put it in perspective, put it in perspective sometimes. And I'd feel really bad letting it even get close to a 9 after what we saw in Takeover Chicago. I can't even do that. There you guys go. Grapple Chat. It stretched on, but it was a long pay-per-view. It had a lot of matches on the fight card, and I really wanted to speak my mind on some of the things that have been really hitting home for me when it comes to the main roster and what they've done recently. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction now that we've ended a lot of these kind of wacky feuds here and there. Hopefully they can get on track with some new blood, some new fresh stuff. No Sanity. I would have traded James Ellsworth for Sanity any day, guys, but just still no Sanity. There was no Authors of Pain. Like, man, there's so many things they could have done to really just add that bang, that emerald. But there was no emerald. The emerald was Emerald Ellsworth. The pay-per-view who must not be named. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. I'll be back at you with Monday Night Raw tomorrow. If you're watching this after the fact, please leave a thumbs up. If you're watching this with me right now, please leave a thumbs up before you leave, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your ratings. Thank you so much for the people who joined the Patreon. Thank you so much for Katana, Mo, everybody for doing the dang thing, bringing the support on a monetary basis. Of course, this stuff does cost money, and I do appreciate everybody who puts in, chips in to make sure that I keep on doing it, and I'm gonna keep trying to bring you guys some quality. So, without further delay, much appreciation to everybody who even stopped by. If you left a like on this video or if you subscribed today, I'm talking to you. If you subscribed a day before this or a month or a year before this, thank you to you for sure. Thank you for all your support up until now. I'm going to keep rocking it. Keep on rocking it, babe. I'm going to do that. I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. For the Urban and Grapple Chat.